a New Year's party!
And we're bringing on the shine with Glamorous Quilts.
Hi, it's Donna Robertson.
And Fran Morgan with Fabric Café.
It's a brand new year.
And what better way to celebrate than with gorgeous new fabrics with just a touch of metallic.
So let's get started. Now this one is called Broad Strokes. And you know, when I designed this, I liked it a lot. I knew it was going to be quick, but I've been amazed at how many people have made this quilt, and it's always gorgeous in almost anything. But let's show you what it's like with another shiny fabric. Now, I love the fact that we have two different sizes of blocks. This is one block, and this is one block.
Oh, okay.
So it's simple, but that gives you your movement, even though it's a super simple pattern.
It really is, and it's going to be gorgeous in this fabric.
It is. You know, whenever you're dressing up for the new year, you always want to, well, I always want to wear black. I don't know why. It just seems like it's the
formal.
Chic,
yeah,
the chic formal color. And then, of course, you've got to have a little glamour to it as well. This is our number one. It's going to go in this spot right here, and it's a super simple block. It's just a rectangle.
That is pretty simple.
You know, it's that simple dressing that with the elegance, you know,
Yes.
and the simple bit of making a quilt that we love.
Oh, love that.
Now this is the number two, and look at that gold leaf. That is going to look so awesome over here in this section. And then we have this. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
So more gold, more glamour, more glitz. That's going to be here. And then we'll finish it off with this border.
Oh, it's on the border. I love
Yes,
that because
I
it's
like
gonna,
it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great little bling on the border. I love the way that the flowers really pop off the surface. And even though the number two is very interesting, of course, not boring, the flowers really stand out, and that number two just accents it so perfectly.
Like jewelry.
Like, yes, exactly.
Okay,
That's
so
perfect.
this one is called Gilded. Broad Strokes is your pattern, and it's from the book Quilts on the Double. An alternate pattern would be Picture Perfect.
Now this quilt is sugar pie, and what better to spend New Year's with your sugar pie, and this would be a great one. This pattern is fantastic as it has a nice big block here, it has a nice border here that contrasts, so it's going to really make it pop, and it has these little corners that just kiss ever so slightly. Got some great fabric for you. Let's put it on the table.
We have a gorgeous fabric, Mom.
I think so.
And we have something really special for you. So our focus fabric here with these gorgeous, yummy colors that are on here, these oranges and golds and reds and pinks, all outlined in metallic, but there's a little extra special thing, and that is it's an ombre.
Oh boy.
So guys, wait. The image is coming, but I want to show you. So this ombre, of course, gets darker at one selvage and lighter at the other selvage. It is going to go everywhere you see in these big blocks and here on the border. So let's take a look at what that ombre looks like, and then we're going to show you in just a minute the image so you can see how it works in the quilt.
Can I peek?
There's an image on the screen for everybody. All right, so this is our focus, and as you can see, it's just phenomenal. And then our number two fabric is just a nice kind of an off-white, and it has these metallic gold kind of shadows of circles, I guess you would say. And this picks up all of the gold in our focus fabric. Now that's going to go in the background here, and that's going to give you that place to rest your eye, but still not boring, which is very important. And then our number three, and is this not so super cool? This is a beautiful green, and it goes light to dark, but it also just has a dusting of that metallic.
I like that.
And it just works so well with our focus. That green is going to border our blocks here. It's going to be our kissy kissy, as well as our outside border and binding. So gorgeous, gorgeous fabrics. Now let's take a look at how we've positioned this ombre in the quilt. And as you can see, we've put our darker squares on the bottom, our lighter squares on top, so that it just really gives that amazing, like light is shining from the top.
Yes, I love that. It looks really good in that pattern. I like the way the borders turn out too. See how they have light around the corners and dark in the others? It's so pretty.
So pretty. Just such a gorgeous, gorgeous quilt this is going to be. All right, well, let's get you that kit information because I know that you're going to want to jump on there and get this ombre. This quilt kit is called Golden Garden. The pattern is Sugar Pie, and it's from the Pretty Darn Quick book.
Now this pattern is called Brick Street, and we named it after a little area of our town here in Tyler that's a historic district, and it has all brick streets all the way through that. And this one has the brick running this way and that way. Let's put it up on the table and show you how it looks with a little glitz and glam added. You know, this is going to be another one of those stunning, I think that all these black and white quilts, they're talking to me.
Yes, they're gorgeous. And with that little bit of metallic, it really kind of gives it that extra sparkle.
Absolutely. And you know, one thing about this fabric is you can see the dragonfly on there. Just not too long ago, I was writing back and forth with a customer that said that anytime we had a dragonfly fabric, she bought it.
Oh,
Wow. She collects all things dragonflies. So this is going to be the #1 fabric. It's going to go in the #1 position of the quilt. And this is this a directional? This is kind of a directional fabric, and this is the perfect spot for that.
it works perfectly for that.
Now the other block is turned this way, so you don't really want to use a directional fabric in this one.
Okay.
But the background, look how this is going to look. It's got that little bit of a gold sprinkle like you were talking about with one of the
Yeah.
others. And so this is going to go everywhere in the background. It's going to be the perfect place to rest your eye.
Yes.
And then look
Ooh.
at this. This is gorgeous.
Now that does look like a celebration.
It does look like a celebration. And it's also a double focus.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, so often we have these fabrics that go together, just like this one, that are double focus. So on our website, fabriccafe.com, we have this sheet in our free goodies tab that tells you our top double focus patterns. And of course, Brick Street is one of them. So it's such a great guide whenever we have these types of fabrics.
Well, you know, if you're like me, you're drawn to those focus fabrics.
Yes.
They're the pretty ones. Now, #2 is very important, so we would not want to leave it out. But when you have fallen in love with two different fabrics, then you can use any one of those great double focus
This is fabulous.
prints. That is so pretty.
It really is pretty, and it's almost as if the dragonflies have flown away from that secondary block, leaving all the wind stirred up.
Oh, that's great, yes. So that is a really fun design, and I know it's going to look stunning in anyone's home. That's
Yes.
gorgeous. Now this kit is Dragonfly Dance. It's the Brick Street pattern from the Fast and Fun book.
Now this one is our Reflections quilt, and this is a great one. It's going to go together super fast. We have a nice size snowball block right here, which are always so much fun to make, and then a little bit of a square and a square to border it. But when you put these two blocks together, it makes this great kind of neat pattern, which is so super cool. Now we have some really sparkly fabric that we would like to share with you, so let's get it on the table. So the Reflections pattern, Mom, is from our new Stash Busting with 3-Yard Quilts book, which of course I know you know. But just wanted to share that with everybody. And it's a great pattern, but we have some wonderful yardage that we're going to put in this. And look at these kitties. Are they not just the sweetest thing? Not only are they decked out in metallic, they have those sparkly, wonderful eyes.
Well, you know, my cat has a sparkly personality.
Oh, yeah. Of course, all of our fur
yeah.
babies are wonderful.
They truly are, but I love this fabric.
Isn't
love
it
love
just
it.
so cool? So this is our focus fabric. It's going to go in this big snowball block here, as well as just a little touch in the alternate block here, just to add a little shine.
Love it.
And then our #2 fabric. Isn't that pretty?
Yes.
Once again, it's got a lot of depth to it, a lot of texture, with a little sprinkling of that metallic so that it ties in.
Your eyes are certainly not going to mind resting on this.
No, not at all. So that is going to go everywhere you see kind of this pumpkin color on the alternate block and on the border here. So pretty. So pretty, and it just coordinates so well. All right, our #3 fabric is great. It is this black with the little paw prints. And you know, If you have a kitty, you know that they're always leaving little trails of dust everywhere.
Absolutely.
And this is like that golden dust, just sprinkled all on those paw prints. That is going to be here in this part here that kind of makes that interlocking web. That this quilt is so cool. That
You and I both love kitties.
yes.
And if you love kitties like we love kitties, you might want to make it just a teeny bit bigger.
Oh my goodness, and you're right. And you know, in our stash busting book, let's show everyone the book. In our stash busting book, we give you the instructions to enlarge. So that's really, really helpful. So when you're doing this, if you're going to make a lap size quilt, you get 1 kit. And if you're going to do a twin, you're going to get 2. And if you would like to do a queen king, you just buy 4 kits, and then all the instructions are here in the book for you. Makes it super easy. So side by side, we have 2 great images for you. The one smaller one is our lap size done with 1 kit, and doesn't that look great? I just love it, and I love all those little paw prints running from square to square. I just think it's so much fun. But then we've also got our twin sides quilt beside it so that you can see the perspective and how different it is. I think it's really cool. If you would like to learn more about enlargements, be sure and check out our video where we go through how to enlarge your 3-yard quilt. Instructions for enlarging are in all of our books.
That's such a plus to have all 3 sizes, a lap, a twin, and a queen king.
And so be sure and check out those books. They're really great. All right, let's get the kit information for you. This is called Glitter Paws, and this is the Reflections pattern from the Stash Busting with 3-Yard Quilts book, and the alternate that we're suggesting is Snowball.
Now this pattern is called Gallery, and I designed this one whenever I was wanting to really show off, just kind of really frame a pretty little print in this, and we've got some fun fabric for you, so we'll show you when we put this on the table. Now this is very pretty. Look at these gorgeous butterflies. Aren't those pretty?
Yes.
And we've got the little swoosh of the butterfly flying with gold, and we've got little gold butterflies. And then every one of the colorful butterflies are outlined in gold. This is a really fun fabric. I love this. Now everywhere that this is going to go will be here, and also the binding. And it's going to be so pretty in this little block.
It really will be. It's like a little special picture.
And this is a really easy quilt to make. You're just going to make a strip piecing, and you're going to put a little piece on the side of the unit, and then you'll put another one on the top and bottom, and then on the side again. So you're just going to town on that, and then
So
you
fast.
make a rail fence. So that's super simple because all 3 of these are sewn together into a strip assembly and then cut into the units. So it's not only fun to look at, it's going to be fun to
Really
make.
fast.
So this is our number 1 fabric going in this spot. We have that wonderful circular gold.
Yes.
How did you refer it? As a kind of a
kind of
shadow?
like a shadow circle or something, because it like has
Yeah.
more gold on one side than the other side, and it kind of looks like it's, I don't know, like
It
a shadow.
also gives you that orb feeling whenever
does.
you're looking, like it's got depth to it. Now this is going to be a fun place to rest your eye on the number 2. So that's going to go in these positions. And look how it just really brings out the gold in those butterflies. And then we have the black with the gold for your number 3,
So pretty.
which is going to border all of these. That is going to be so pretty. Also, it's going to be the center here of
perfect.
the blocks. That is going to be gorgeous.
It is great. Oh my goodness. It's really elegant and dramatic.
Yes, it is. Those 2 words go together, I think.
It's very pretty.
When you get something all glittery and beautiful like that, it just kind of takes your breath away. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Now this one is Majestic Flight. Gallery is the pattern, and it's from the Modern Views book.
So this quilt is called Topiary. Now this one is one of those quilts that's on that free goodie sheet that we talked about for double focus. So we have a focus fabric here, and then another focus fabric in this position, and then they're bordered with that number 2 to give them that separation, but it really helps these 2 pop. Now what's really cool is this is a super, super easy quilt where we've just made the same block over and over again, rotated those blocks and put them together. So let's get it on the table and check out the fabric. So Topiary has got to be one of my favorite patterns that I've done because I love that it has that vertical movement to it.
I like that too.
And this one is cool because it is made with more of a feminine fabric, but we have something cool that could be a little bit more masculine.
Oh, yeah.
Or modern or whatever. I mean, it could go in so many different places. So our focus fabric here is this nice gray, and it has a little gold dot all throughout it. It has a lot of dimension to it. This will be placed everywhere you see the larger flower here. And then our number 2, once again, we have a great kind of a speckledy fabric with a little bit of gold in it to pick up our gold here. Now this number 2 fabric is going to be our border here. That is what is going to separate our 2 focus prints, our 1 and 3. So then we have our number 3, which is almost like our number 1, but it's a little bit darker value there so that you get that nice dimension. So that is going to go everywhere you see the green and the smaller flower here. This is going to be really dramatic. This is going to be really cool.
This fabric reminds me a little bit, it reminds me of like that distressed leather.
Yes.
Yeah, that you see.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So this would be great in a home that has more of a monochromatic scheme.
Yeah, I could even see it in a farmhouse kind of holiday look or something like that.
Absolutely.
It has so many different uses. This will be gorgeous. And I love the way the gold dots really kind of give you a lot of interest in that fabric because it's kind of a simple fabric, but it's really visually interesting whenever you look at it all put together this way. And then, of course, the movement of the pattern itself is fantastic.
And we said this about being more masculine, but look how those golds kind of shade in and out in the dot itself. And so that just kind of has that weathered look or that, distressed look. I love that.
Good point. Good point. All right, well, let's get everyone the kit information on this. It is called Gray Couture. It is the Topiary pattern, and the alternate that we're suggesting is trellis.
We hope you're having a wonderful new year and you feel inspired to add a little sparkle and shine to your quilts.
And if you would like a little extra inspiration for patterns to try this year, be sure to check out the video that pops up next.